Hello everybody, New Biker here, coming to you from the twisty roads of Essex in the UK. You're watching Motoramblings.
Hey guys, welcome back to Motoramblings. I'm Patrick, and today, not a great day. Now, most of the time I get on these videos and I'm trying to be upbeat, positive, happy. You know, I did do a video where I had my raw emotion video talking about Mitchell's accident way back in May. And that's kinda has to do with what I'm doing today. Today is September 3rd. And I'm heading home from work on Big Yella, my 2010 Honda Goldwing. I am just now getting off the Blue Ridge Parkway as I commute home. Temperature is a beautiful 73 degrees up here. Now it's like 82 down there in Asheville. But I'm gonna head down into Weaverville now and see what the temperature is there. But, ooh, nice Corvette. I kind of wanted to vent just a little bit. Now I dropped a little bit of a, I don't know if I'd call it a hint, but today is Saturday, September 3rd, as I said, and the last video that I had ready on YouTube came out today. I have nothing else on the docket at the moment scheduled for YouTube. I have some that I've got in various stages of editing that I'm going to try to get done and put out there. But I do believe this is the video that I'm going to put out on the 10th. Because the video that came out today on the 3rd, I had, you know, quite a few comments because it was the last video from the series that I wrote over to the Tail of the Dragon with Mitchell. And lots of people made comments and, you know, looking forward to more videos with the two of us, which of course I am. And really looking forward to doing more stuff like that with him. But in some of the comments, people were saying, you know, looking forward to it, and I actually dropped some hints there about how, well, it's going to be a while. Tuesday, September 6th, 3 days from now, the day after Labor Day, Mitchell is going back in for another surgery on that same collarbone that he broke on May 1st. Alright, so we'll do a quick recap. On May 1st, Mitchell went a little too hot into a corner, ended up crossing the double yellow line into the other lane. Nothing was coming. He had the bike pretty much slowed down as, if he didn't end up on gravel, I don't think the bike would have even fallen down. But when he crossed the line, he had, you know, a handful of front brake, he had a footful of rear brake, I guess you'd call it. And when he hit the gravel, that front tire went out on him. Now, he wasn't going very fast at that point because the bike didn't even slide. You know, hit the ground, and pretty much that was it. Just straight down and stopped. And so, unscheduled dismount. You know, we use the word crash because, oh, motorcycle crash sounds like, oh, nice. No, not nice in a good way, but motorcycle crash. Ooh. Well, really, it was kind of a fall, just a forced fall. But anyway, he broke his right collarbone. Now, the collarbone broke in several places and splintered. Well, the x-rays showed that, and it was pretty obvious, yeah, that's a mess. So he went to the emergency room, and that's where they did the x-rays, said it was a mess, sent him to Asheville Orthopedic. Asheville Orthopedic did their own x-rays and said, yep, this is a bad situation. Come back in a couple of days to the hospital. Our doctor does surgeries on whatever day it was, Tuesday or Wednesday. So we're into like May 3rd, 4th, 5th, something like that. He goes in and they cut him open. They put a metal plate there and put a bunch of screws and kind of bring the bones all back together so that they can start healing. Now, the hardware that they put in is, it's going to stay there. They go through a metal detector at an airport, it's going to have to let him know he's got metal inside his body. Well, the recovery process for that, surgery is like 6 weeks. And, bit by bit, he's recovering, he's getting better, he's going back and forth to the doctor, looking at it, checking it, taking out the sutures a little bit at a time. Well, after, I want to say it was like 5.5 weeks, because he had gone back to work on light duty. Just had been at work for a couple of days, and he said, I think there's something wrong. Goes back to the doctor, and the doctor said, yeah, there's something seriously wrong. You have an infection, a serious infection. I'm scared it's going to get into your bones and your blood and become extremely dangerous. We're putting you in the hospital for a second surgery right now. So Mitchell went to the doctor. From there, he went to the hospital. And they proceeded to cut him open again, clean it all out, flush it, all that good stuff. And then sutured him back up, kept him in the hospital for a few days, monitoring him to see, his white blood count, make sure he wasn't developing a more severe infection. And they were pumping him full of antibiotics. After a few days, they said, okay, it seems like, you're not showing signs of a massive infection at the moment. We're going to send you home. But we're going to send you home with a PICC line, and you're going to have to take these IV antibiotics every 8 hours. So his mother and I were doing the saline flush, antibiotics, another saline flush, and some anticoagulant, blah, 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 every 8 hours. Well, after a week or so, every time we did it, Mitchell got sick to his stomach. And he was pretty miserable. He was not enjoying the process. Well, after, 4 or 5 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, he goes to the doctor and they say, yep, you're doing well. I think we're clear. We don't have to worry about infections. Take the PICC line out. Still don't want you doing much anything. Another week or so goes by. Mitchell's already on the motorcycle, but he's not back at work. He finally gets hold of him and says, hey, it's been however many weeks. Can I go back to work on, at least light duty? And the doctor said, yeah, you're fine. Go ahead. Go back to work. Well, Mitchell goes back to work and he says, something doesn't look right. And he showed us, and yeah, we agreed, that does not look right. Weren't quite sure what we were looking at. Well, it turns out we were looking at metal. The wound did not heal around the metal. He wasn't bleeding or anything, but there was literally metal sticking out of his body. I could have taken a magnet and thrown it on there and it would be stick, I think. So he calls the doctor and he says, hey, I think I got a problem here. The doctor says, well, come on in, let me take a look at it. This was yesterday, Friday, September 2nd. The doctor says, yeah, that's bad. Your skin did not heal around the metal. Guess what you need to do? Well, of course, it's a Friday. Monday is Labor Day. So on Tuesday, he's going back in for a third surgery on the same collarbone that he busted up pretty good on May 1st. So he did May 1st, so June 1st was 1 month, July 1st was 2 months, August 1st was 3 months, September 1st is 4 months since he crashed. And he's going back in to, this time they're going to take out all that hardware. The bone collarbone has grown back together pretty good, or good enough. We shall see. And they're going to take the screws out and take the metal out and try to stitch them back up and hope that everything's good. Well, the problem there is, as of today, right now, we don't know what they're going to do to try to prevent infections. We don't know what they're going to do to, as far as staying in the hospital. Is he going to stay in the hospital for more than a day? We don't know that yet. The doctor doesn't know that yet. He said he has to get in touch with the infectious disease people, who are the people that are responsible for the antibiotics and keeping him from getting infections. So, because they're taking screws out, that's weird. They're taking the screws out. Well, of course, where the screws were, the bone didn't grow back. There's holes. He's basically going to have a perforated collarbone until that bone can grow back and fill those holes. The doctor already told Mitchell that once we do this surgery, I don't want you riding a motorcycle for 6 months, because your bone, your collarbone, is going to be extra fragile. I don't want to take a chance that something happens and we smash it again. So, of course, Mitchell got hooked on this motorcycle thing just about a year ago. Not quite, but getting close to a year ago. He absolutely loves riding. He takes off whenever he can. He just goes just to ride. Doesn't have any place to go. He just likes riding the motorcycle. And now he's being told he's got to wait 6 months. And I can tell you from experience that 6 months is a long, long time to wait to get back on a motorcycle. Now, the good thing is it's happening here in September. So we're going to be getting into the colder months and the bad weather months. But there's still going to be plenty of days where it's good weather to ride, and he's not going to be able to. And by the time March and April springs around, weather starts getting good, he should be good to go. But anyway, yeah, that's the story of young Mitchell and his tragic, never-ending broken collarbone. All this from a broken collarbone. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to do. It's just amazing to look at this right in a corner. Wow. All that grass just kicked out in the middle of the road, right in a corner. Gotta love it. Alright, well, that was a short little rant. So anyway, yeah, if you're out riding a motorcycle, especially you young folks, be careful. Because breaking a bone can have unintended consequences that you just don't even think about. And the poor kid hasn't earned a paycheck in quite some time. Ridiculous, I tell you. Alright, well, that's my whine. That's my explanation for some of the comments I left, cryptic comments I left on the video from September 3rd. Alright, y'all. Stay well, stay safe, stay happy, and don't break any bones. At least not in Asheville. That's Asheville without an N. Talk to y'all later. Motoramblings out. See ya.